Agencies are going to quote you about 150,000 for an MVP. Then you got the no-code bros who would promise you the entire world for $5,000. I built the systems at companies like Shopify and Brex, the stuff that actually handles billions. So here's the no bullshit truth on what custom software actually costs and what you should actually expect for your money in 2025. So let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about the what the fuck problem. You've probably seen this. You got an idea, you go out and you get quotes, and then they're like all over the fucking map. You got 5,000 to 500,000 for the exact same project. You got the no-code agency on one side who are like, we'll just build your entire platform in 2 weeks on Bubble. It sounds amazing, right? But can it actually scale? Or are you just building your first piece of expensive rubbish? And then you got the traditional dev shop who hit you like 150K and they're gonna promise you enterprise grade scalable architecture. It sounds professional, but is it padding or is it just highway robbery? And then you've got the offshore teams and Upwork freelancers in the middle. They all promise the same quality for a fraction of the cost. Now your brain is probably spinning and screaming is like, what is the right answer here? And you're totally right, because how else could you make a decision? You have all this information. So how do you choose? And that's the core fear. The terror of making a 50K mistake just because you don't speak the language, and it's the anxiety that every one of these sales guys are just sniffing on you like a wolf, and they can smell a mile away that you're non-technical and they're about to take you for a ride. This kind of paralysis, it's not just in your head, it's actually gonna kill your business, because you could lose months stuck in analysis paralysis while your competitors are just out there shipping. Or you pick one, but then you end up picking the cheap option, which is the 8K no-code build just to test the market, which looked great. But 3 months later, you're gonna hit these platform limits and you can't add the features your users are screaming for, and you can't scale past 500 users. And now you have to rebuild the entire fucking thing from scratch, which is another 40K. So your cheap 8K test actually costs you 48K. But not only that, you've got 6 months of lost time. You kind of have to stop believing the lie that all developers can build the same thing, that you can just pick the cheapest one. The truth is, you're not buying code. You're buying fucking judgment. You're buying expertise that's been earned in the trenches. You're buying risk mitigation, and the difference between a $10,000 build and a $30,000 build, it's not the code. It's what doesn't fucking break when it hits production. For example, a senior engineer doesn't just write features, they prevent the silent failures that'll cost you 100K to fix later. This is called reliability and observability. You find out about this. Now, the budget determines approach, but not outcome quality. Let me give you an analogy. I worked on this interactive museum exhibit, a 3D scanning of all the rooms. We put it together in a Unity app. We had 3 options to go with for the scanning. Option A, we had a $200 iPhone LiDAR app. It looked impressive on paper, but it was just a toy. It would have fallen apart as soon as we needed to basically take pictures of all these rooms and stitch it together. Or 2, we had this 40,000 crazy camera system that came out from something out of Dune, which is just industrial Leica scanner, which was millimeter level precision, but it was total overkill. We would have just wasted 36K on features we wouldn't use. But the third option was this $4,000 Matterport camera. It was purpose built and it was accurate enough for what we needed and had an API that's just solved our case. We went with the $4,000 option. Now why? Not because it was in the middle, but because it matched the constraints of the actual project. And software is the exact same. You're not choosing cheap versus expensive. You're choosing the right tool for the job. Sometimes your app just needs a facelift, but sometimes it needs a full heart lung transplant, and you can throw hip surgery on top. You don't have to pay for a transplant when you just need a facelift. So what does your money actually buy you in 2025? Let's break this down. First, 5,000 to 15,000 is very common for a no-code, low-code solution. Maybe you have a lovable prototype. And what you get is speed. You'll be live in 2 to 4 weeks. It's great for simple workflows or just testing if anyone gives a shit about your idea. But what you don't get is these custom features, real scale, or strong code ownership. You're very tightly connected to the infrastructure of these platforms. And here's a red flag. If you need custom AI, complex business logic, or you're planning for 10,000 users out the gap, this is probably not the route you want to go down, because it's essentially a toy. Now, a second, this is the sweet spot, a 20,000 to 40,000 custom MVP. This is what I like to work on. You get custom code at your own. It's built to solve one single problem, and it's built to be iterated on. What you don't get is every fucking feature that you ever dreamed of, because this is not the final platform. This is just for a validated concept when you're ready for real users. And then third, you got the 75 to 150K range. This is where you get a full platform build. Now what we're talking here is you get the complete feature set, a scalable architecture, multiple integrations, admin tools, the works. It usually takes about 3 to 6 months for a strategic build, maybe a bit faster with AI, but this is for a proven business model. You've already got the product market fit, you've got the funding, and you're ready to go to market. And now we get to the big dogs, the 150K and up, the enterprise build. Here, you're not actually buying an app, you're buying a dedicated team, and you're buying enterprise infrastructure and compliance. You have to deal now with SOC 2, HIPAA, and all the fun legal shit that nobody honestly enjoys. Now, this is for funded startups and regulated industries. If you're a first-time founder bootstrapping, this is probably not where you want to start. You probably want to go MVP first and then gradually go up to here if it makes sense. Now, but the real fucking cost driver, it's who's building it. You could have a junior developer who quotes you 10K. It'll take them 400 hours, but it'll be full of technical debt and it'll break as soon as a real user touches it. Or you can go with a senior developer who might quote you 25K. It'll take them a lot less time, like 120 hours. Why? Because they've done it before, which is the key thing. They make the right architectural decisions up front that save you months of headaches because they've been in the trenches. You'll pay more per hour, but less total. Plus the thing will actually work. Look, at companies like Brex and Shopify, I worked on systems that handle billions in transactions, merchant load, all that jazz. I've seen what breaks, I've seen what scales, and I've seen what good looks like at every single point. I've seen how we build the wrong thing, the right thing, how we iterate, how we test, how we A/B test. There is a lot that goes into building software at the back end that you don't see on the front end. When you understand this, kind of like everything about your framework of building software changes, because you're going to stop feeling stupid in sales calls because you kind of expect what's going to happen. You can evaluate a code on substance and not just a price tag, and you can ask the questions that instantly expose the bullshit. Because you want to make a decision based on strategy, not fear, and you want to shift from being like this confused buyer who's just like hoping not to get fucking ripped off to the informed operator who knows exactly what they're buying and why. You can ask the right questions and just get their product ready ASAP. Here's what I want you to do. It's like stop guessing and be honest with yourself, because you don't have to guess. Like the first thing you need to do is like, what is your budget? Just like, what can you financially afford? Next, what's the one core problem that this has to solve? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It just needs to be something that you can iterate and really narrow down. And then third, do you really need to own the code, or can you actually just use a platform? Because sometimes you don't have to build code. You can just go with a platform that's white labelable and it'll get you what you want. Then all you have to do is match your budget to the right approach. If you want to have a real no bullshit conversation about this, please book a strategy session with me. The link is in the description. In about 90 minutes, I'll tell you exactly what approach makes sense for your budget, what you should get for that money, and whether you're actually being quoted something fairly or you're just being taken for a ride by other shops. And look, if I'm not the right fit, that's fine. I'll be the first to tell you. It's no skin off my back. I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste mine. So you should stop guessing. Let's figure out what your project should actually cost and see if what you're building is feasible for what you can afford.